For life.
Yeah. Bullet cast. What's going on? Stacy. This elite podcast in here. Ain't nobody better. Look. Yeah. Listen to us every time we live in the side. When you turn it on, it's just defining the mind. If you feel it, our opinions is great. When everything we moving now in the state, turn us on. If the feeling is right, every opinion now comes from the heart. No time we move with a part. We in the radio, it's wrestling. Time's aggression. Here is the feeling in the pool.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Go Home show for the Bullet Cast before WrestleMania, the most stupendous two-night event of the year. I'm your host, the real Bullet Cast champion, the microphone messiah, Phillip Antoine. I'm joined by Mr. No Days Off, the Canadian Destroyer, BT Brandon Tanguma. Brandon, it's Thursday. You know what that means. How you doing today, baby?
Doing just fine. Another edition of the Bullet Cast, Phillip. A little under the weather, non-COVID related, but it's WrestleMania. Well, apparently not, because COVID's over. That's what I've been told. But,
it's over, like Rover confirmed.
So, dealing with a little sore throat, but still, Mr. No Days Off. I'm here. Brian is not for the second week in a row, even though he's out here claiming he's our champion. He can't even show up to the WrestleMania episode.
Well, he's going to WrestleMania on a Scott Hall tribute of In the Click, and by all things, to say that he's still the champion of my show. I had to put out a video last night. I got it approved by the board. Shout out to the EVP. I hear he's going to be playing baseball for the Padres pretty soon. But so what did you think of the video I had to put out last night? Have you seen this?
I have seen it. I'm just gonna ignore the little shot at me.
No, there was no shot at you. There was no shot at you.
Throwing away my opportunity, but it's fine.
Hey, you could be like Seth Rollins in this thing. We don't know. You could have the heights of the century on night 2.
Hey, it's fine. Mine is a good old fashioned predictions battle. But night 1, there's some heat. There's some animosity going on.
Well, this has been going on for months, man. This has been going on since October. This is a true build. This we're putting the end to it. And looking back at it, I do feel bad that I had to go to the board and say if he doesn't walk out of Mania the champion, then he doesn't get a shot till SummerSlam. I'll talk to the board again. We might be able to reverse that decision. But other than that, man, this is it. This is bigger than Brock and Roman. This is bigger than Hulk slamming Andre. This is the one.
Can't wait. Hopefully I actually get his predictions. I can get them because the whole thing started with people not receiving predictions from people.
He texted before I hit record. I have his predictions.
Okay, you got to put it in the group chat so I can see it, so we all know. We all understand what's going on. After the podcast, we all put in the group chat so we all know where we're coming from.
Okay.
So there is no controversy going into WrestleMania.
Okay. I will put them in the day of the show. The day of the show, I'll put them in there for night 1. How about that?
Okay.
But you're going to get mine right now because
we're actually doing the podcast.
Yes, we're going to be watching WrestleMania matches, guys. Only one person responded to the little poll or questionnaire I had up on Instagram. So we're going to be watching, starting off with Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 31, 2015, 7 years ago. That's crazy. Feels like just yesterday. I was watching it in my dorm room. I should have been there. Brandon was there.
I was there. Great time. Got really hyped. Not drunk whatsoever. I think I was 21 at the time. I think. Yes. No, I was 20. So I was not lubricated, but I might have yelled some expletives at Roman Reigns.
Yes. Would you do that now?
No.
No.
Because I'm responsible.
Yes. So while people are getting that queued up, you can go on the Peacock, the cock. Cue it up to 3 hours, 31 minutes, and 59 seconds. You can see a very interesting picture of Brock Lesnar with a pimple on his chin. Jesus Christ. Hope he got that taken care of right after this. So before we watch this match, I interviewed Scott Brigante, the owner of West Coast Pro. Brandon, what do you think of the interview?
It was another stellar interview, part 2, or second. It's a sequel to an interview did earlier on. You can watch us on YouTube if you want. The spacing, the videography, still not exactly up to snuff compared to some of the older Bullet Cast ones, but it is getting a little bit better.
How'd you like the B-roll? How'd you like the B-roll was me.
That was the saving grace, was the B-roll, because let's just say your boy wasn't on duty for that one. It was someone else who might not be on this podcast.
Yeah. You'll be on duty for the next one though.
Mm-hmm. But getting kind of the booker, that side of things, we get a lot of wrestlers on the show, but kind of getting that sort of indie perspective on things is definitely interesting and something I think people should look in or listen to.
Absolutely. When I was there at the school, he hinted he had something for El Manor, and it's been announced Titus Alexander is going to go up against Will Ospreay. That's going to be fire.
Yeah, so shocking when I saw that one. Titus Alexander, friend of the podcast. I don't exactly know what his name is around, outside of the Bay Area, but having a match with Will Ospreay should definitely raise the stocks. And
Titus he's been going to Defy and Seattle and stuff, wrestling Christopher Daniels and guys like that. So he's starting to get a name for himself, and that's going to put him on the map, man. That really is. So I'm happy for Titus. Everything West Coast Pro is doing, like we talk death matches. Can you picture West Coast Pro doing some death matches? He said they're coming.
I can't wait to get shards of glass in my eyeball.
Well, come to UGWA for that. April 24th, Emporium.
Okay.
Come watch us. Come watch us. It's going to be something special. Well, enough of that. Let's hit play, and we're going to talk some outside of the ring news while we watch. Ready in 3, 2, 1, play. There we go. At WrestleMania. He's going to show the whole world WrestleMania. He can. I forgot this is when he was doing the I can and I will thing. So while we're watching this, let's talk about the Steiners are going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Honestly, did not think this would come until, unfortunately they'd passed away, given the heat that Scott Steiner has with Triple H, and Triple H is somebody we're going to talk about in a second here. But what are your thoughts of the Steiner brothers going into the Hall of Fame? I mean, their presence is being felt in NXT with their son/nephew Braun Breaker, and they actually acknowledged he's a Steiner this past week on NXT. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, definitely an interesting, kind of surprising announcement that both the Steiners are going in. Well, I guess, if you're going to put in Rick, you probably have to put in Scott as well. So it will be interesting. I wondered what they're going to do with this Hall of Fame, because it could have just been The Undertaker. You could have just had The Undertaker have his speech, and that's that. But, they've had some other bigger names added to the card. I don't know. I'm probably not going to be able to watch it live, but I am interested to see what Scott Hall does. People, as you said, Scott Steiner. I don't think Scott Hall's going to be there. T's and P's. But I think, Scott Steiner, he definitely has a personality. And if you give him a live mic, he might say some things. I don't think he will. But, people think the worst or suspect the worst when it comes to him.
Hey, time heals all wounds, man. Look at Bret. Look at Bruno. Look at Warrior. They all came back. We really shouldn't be surprised, but it is something. It is something. The big bad booty daddy's going in, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm happy for him. Love the Steiners. Great tag team. They had so much intensity, and then Scott Steiner, the run that he would go on in WCW in the late 90s, U.S. titles, world titles, one of the most interesting physiques in wrestling history, we could say.
Yeah, I mean, he's completely, if you look at, I mean, they're using the Steiner brothers photos from like the WCW days, doesn't even look like the same person compared to, 6-7 years later, let alone 20, 30 years later.
Absolutely. And Shad Gaspard's going to be getting the Warrior Award. This is people, I'm eating a delicious shortbread cookie. I'm sorry. People are calling this the Hall of Mage. Is this the Hall of Mage? Taker, the Steiners, Vader, Queen Charmel, Shad Gaspard getting the Warrior Award?
I'll be honest, I have no idea what that means.
What?
The Hall of Mage.
it's a cheap heat thing. Shout out Peter Rosenberg and
I don't.
The Hall of Mage means like this is like one of the best Hall of Fame classes of all time. It's Mage, it's Major, it's Major.
Oh, got it. But the Major brothers aren't in it.
No, they're not. But is this one of the best Hall of Fame classes of all time?
It's a pretty good one. I mean, we keep talking about they're kind of running out of names, but Undertaker's good. Vader. I mean, why they finally put him in now after he passed away when he was asking for it, time and time again when his days were numbered. That still baffles me. The Warrior Award, it's the Warrior Award, but Shad Gaspar for, how he passed away and, kind of the nice thing people said about him. He definitely deserves recognition, but so some ups and downs with this Hall of Fame class.
Yeah. But
that's kind of every Hall of Fame though.
But other than that, this is going to be a good one. Will you join me for the Hall of Fame recap? You never have.
I honestly used to be like a big Hall of Famer. We're watching WrestleMania 31, went to the Hall of Fame with Rikishi and Kevin Nash.
Rikishi, friend of the show.
Randy Savage. I saw that. And then kind of after
Medusa went in, right?
Medusa was there. Medusa honestly probably had the best speech. It was a long one, which kind of all of them were kind of long, but kind of after that, once I've seen it and there's been some other ones that I was like, you know what? Not really the big Hall of Fame watcher anymore because it is kind of long. A lot of the stories, kind of I've already heard them. So, and got to record curveballs and chair shots on Friday.
I mean, but Taker's going in. This is different.
Taker is going in. Check it out. I'll definitely, look, see if anything happened and if it's worth watching. There's a lot of stuff going on WrestleMania week, and we're finally you said it, COVID's over. So this is kind of the first WrestleMania weekend since COVID. We got a bunch of shows going on around. You got ROH, the Collective. You got, NXT. You got some other indies going on.
A lot of stuff is going on. A lot of people that have been on this show or we've crossed paths with are performing over the weekend. So, go check out that stuff. I know I know Pollo, who's a buddy of mine. I know she's going to be at Effie's Big Gay Brunch. So is Jordan Blade, I believe. Jordan's been on the show. So a lot of great stuff's going on. Next year, we have to go, man.
I definitely want to go next year in Los Angeles. Friend of the podcast, Zicky Dice, is holding a Twitch stream wrestling event.
Yes.
Masha Slamovich is going to be wrestling a bear.
Yes, she will. Masha Slamovich is one intense individual. Great interview. Go check it out. All right. Moving on from that, the WWE Evil series has been on Peacock. It's 10 episodes. It talks about some of the best heels in the business. Number one's Hollywood Hogan, and then you get into the Miz and Sasha Banks and Stephanie and Ric Flair, and Roman Reigns is the last one. It's all narrated by Big Match John Cena. Have you checked out WWE Evil yet, Brandon? If so, what are your thoughts?
I have not checked it out. I have heard some things. Hulk Hogan, being Hulk Hogan, just putting himself over and saying all these ridiculous things. But I've heard good things about the Miz. The Miz one seems kind of interesting about how he's kind of adapted from, the Miz and Mike kind of being one and the same to now him kind of understanding what he needs to do and kind of the Miz being its own entity and all these other different things. Roman is such a fresh new character that I think, would be cool to maybe check it out and see what he does. But I mean, honestly, those kind of in-depth, quote unquote, in-depth looks aren't really kind of my thing, but if it is your thing, go check it out.
I've watched quite a bit of them. I watched the Stephanie McMahon one. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I haven't watched all of them yet, but we'll see. We'll see. They're doing the introduction. Lillian Garcia. Can we say she is? I mean, obviously there's Finkel, but could we say she's second best ring announcer of all time?
Well, I mean, she is definitely up there. I mean, you go with the Fink, you got her. She's also kind of a voice from the Attitude Era. Met her at this WrestleMania as well. Her and Emma, shout out.
How was Lillian? How was she?
Lillian was very nice. Emma was awkward.
Was she better at the APW show?
She was a lot better at the APW show. She was more personable. I don't know, if that was because this was 7 years ago. She was still in NXT or just got called up or something. So she was probably, very overwhelmed, and it probably was very nervous for her to be doing that. So it would make sense for why meeting her in 2015 compared to 17, 18, whenever that was, 3-4 year difference. It would make sense why she grew up so fast.
I know. Lillian Garcia, though, great ring announcer. The way she used to announce Triple H, the WWE champion. Great time. Speaking of Triple H, he's officially retired from in-ring competition. Mike Chioda's holding up the WWE World Heavyweight title. It's go time in Santa Clara. It's go time in Levi Stadium. What are your thoughts on the game officially retiring? He was on Stephen A. Smith, and he went into grave detail about what he was going through. Like, we were close to losing the game. The cerebral assassin was almost gone. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Triple H is honestly probably one of my personal favorites. I know, if you listen to the podcast, I kind of, go after him and say, he's a B+ player, and I kind of do all those different things. I still, genuinely believe that the Triple H character in his career is like very interesting. It's gone through so many ebbs and flows over the past, 25 years now at this point of, being the Royal Kid, the Click, DX, Helmsley, and all the other different incarnations he's had. And it wasn't exactly shocking because we've heard the Hart stuff. We kind of knew it. Now he's kind of, relayed some more information about it, and just, added on top, losing Scott Hall and possibly, Triple H and Scott Hall, almost at the same time would have been just crazy to think about. But luckily he is better. And, just with something like that, he said it was a genetic thing. It also kind of sheds light on, his age, his lifestyle. He, looked the way he looked going into his 50s. Apparently, like in NXT, he was like a caffeine addict, just, drinking so much caffeine all the time, doing the Vince McMahon 12 a.m. workouts and all those other different things. But
Vince does the 3 a.m. workouts.
Yeah, sorry, the 3 a.m. workouts. So, and that also just shows how just insane Vince is to be doing this at 70 years old, and been doing it for almost 40 years now at this point. It is insane. But Triple H, he is one of my personal favorites. He definitely has a complicated career and, story path behind it. But
look, man, I think you got to give the man his flowers. The whole, just because he was with Stephanie thing, the guy was good.
And there's so many questions, if he never married Stephanie, if he never met Stephanie and, they never had a relationship, he still would be one of the top guys in that era. But from, 2001 to 2012, 2011, something like that, what does his career look like? Or
I think
especially NXT might have not have been a thing.
That's true, but you got to give the man his flowers. There are stories of Triple H, just reworking matches to hide other people's weaknesses in the ring and stuff like that. And honestly, man, he's probably my favorite heel of all time. Just that true monster mega heel that you wanted to see lose, but he would just win. Completely different narrative than the happy-go-lucky story ending that you're supposed to get or people are used to. And just a great talent, man. We're going to be doing a tier system coming up, so we'll see where Triple H ranks. We'll see if he's in that B tier. That'll be coming up here in a few weeks. Also, WWE has before we get to that, Triple H, his last two pay-per-view matches, WrestleMania 35 against Dave Bautista, and then the Saudi show against Randy Orton. How poetic! How poetic!
How poetic. Wasn't he also on a house show, a random house show tag match as well?
Yeah, his actual last match was a random house show in Japan. He teamed with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep.
So you do it, brother.
Hell of a way to go out.
But the last two pay-per-view matches, fantastic. WWE has officially removed marijuana from its wellness policy. So yeah.
It's about damn time. We know RK Bro, very excited about this. Maybe Matt Sydal can come back to the company.
Riddle very excited about this.
Well, do we all know Riddle's excited? Maybe RVD can make a comeback.
We're gonna get Riddle versus RVD now.
Certain someone keeps tweeting a bunch of gifs on the internet. Maybe RVD will be someone's mystery opponent.
Oh, yeah. You never know. You never know. Play the game. Lastly, the Hardy Boys are going to be at Triple Mania 30 in Mexico for AAA. It's going to be June 18th, 2022. So yeah.
Yeah, Hardy Boys doing it once again, kind of going back to those TNA days, the quest for gold that they had, just going all over the place, going to a bunch of different promotions. So, them going to Triple Mania, it should be cool. Jeff needs to either work on the Swanton or stop doing it, because progressively he keeps undershooting those things and they keep looking more and more terrible and dangerous.
Yeah, I saw the one from last night. I was like, oh boy, that is not good. All right, let's get into the fan mail. We do have fan mail here, and then we're going to get into Mania Madness. So, with that being said, where is it at? Here it is. All right. Dan. Oh, that was from last week. Let's not read that again. All right. Here we go. Jack of all trades. Oh my God, as Roman Reigns has just been. What did Brock just do the running knee thing to Roman? Yeah, I'm about to get a replay. I just need him. Jesus. Jack of all trades. He says, it's here. Always loved Mania season. My first Mania I got to watch was WrestleMania 3. It was on my 6th birthday. Wow. Just turned 41. Happy birthday, man. And I went back and watched it, and it's still a spectacle. Hogan and Andre, of course, the masterclass of Savage and Steamboat. Even really enjoyed Junkyard Dog versus Harley Race. WrestleMania 3, an all-time classic, the beginning of sports entertainment. Yeah, I mean, I've heard Sam Roberts say that WrestleMania 3 was like the beginning of like the sports entertainment side of things, and I guess that is true. With all the buzz around Hogan and Andre, and just the spectacle, and the 93,000 plus in attendance at the Pontiac. Was it Silverdome or Superdome? Which one was it?
That would be the Silverdome, brother.
Silverdome, brother. Yeah. That was a nice email. Shout out, Jack. Dan. What's your guys' favorite WrestleMania match? Mine, believe it or not, is Triple H versus Chris Jericho from WrestleMania 18. Really enjoyed the build. It's overshadowed by Rock and Hogan, understandably, with what those guys did a great job and was such a great story. But Triple H coming back from the quad tear and winning the world title at the biggest show was something special to watch. Yeah, man. I mean, it was their, the title goes on last. That's the mentality they had, but I mean, they've kind of gotten away from that now in recent years. So, I mean, if they just flip flopped it, the Hunter and Jericho went on right before Hogan and Rock, I think it would have been something different, and we could have got probably a better crowd reaction for Triple H winning the undisputed title.
Yeah, I was just watching that show, by the way. It was crowd was dead.
They were dead. Robert Walker.
We did answer his question. What's your favorite WrestleMania match?
Oh, favorite WrestleMania match? I mean, obviously, mine. Taker and Shawn 25, man. I watch it every year to get amped for Mania.
So I kind of have two different ones. Like, obviously, we're watching Brock and Roman, and I was there. So I kind of just don't even count that because it shouldn't count. But I love that match for obvious reasons. But my favorite one, kind of just sitting there watching it, I still go back to that Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Undertaker, Hell in a Cell match of 28. Yes, I know.
The end of an era.
The Shawn Michaels matches are better. And, even maybe the CM Punk match is better. But there was just something about that Hell in a Cell match, when my first real WrestleMania back as a fan, it kind of did something for me.
Look, man, hey, that's the greatest kick out in the history of the business. I don't care. I don't care what anybody else says. And my homie Stefan says Taker has 10 years we don't talk about. But I mean, if you really think about it, man, Undertaker had banger after banger after banger at WrestleMania. Let's start. 23 with Batista, 24 with Edge, 25, 26 with Shawn, 27, 28 with Hunter. And I'll throw 29 in there with CM Punk.
You can go even further with the Ric Flair match at 18, the Triple H match at 17.
No, we're talking about consecutive bangers. So 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 7 consecutive years. Banger after banger after banger after banger.
And I will say that WrestleMania 27 match Triple H.
That was the best thing on the show.
I feel like it was the best match on the show, but I still feel that match is very overrated.
Is it over? How's it overrated? It doesn't get talked about a lot.
I just don't feel like it's I mean, people say it's one of the better Triple H Undertaker matches. I don't feel
nobody's.
I feel like it's the worst out of the three.
You know what? I haven't seen 17 in a while. So I don't know, but I mean, I wouldn't say it was like the best out of the three or anything.
It's almost kind of the worst of the Triple H kind of match. It's very kind of long and plotting, a little self-indulgent. So,
but I mean, he's a cerebral assassin. That's what he's doing.
It's just like the Brock Lesnar Triple H Mania match, the Batista Mania match. It's kind of what happens with Triple H.
The Batista Mania match was good.
I mean, this was WrestleMania 35. We're still doing the one night, however long that show was, like 7 hours. It did not need to be that long. It did not need to be that long.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I thought it was nice. Let's get back to it. Robert Walker, what's your favorite WrestleMania? Mine is 14 because I was there. I was 12 years old. Oh, that's awesome. Super cool. Kane versus Undertaker, and of course, Stone Cold winning the WWE title from Shawn Michaels. Sorry, Phillip, but I marked out. Okay. All right. Brandon, what's your favorite WrestleMania?
Once again, 31's got to be the top one. But if we're going kind of all time, not there, I still go with 17. Wasn't a fan, wasn't watched at the time, but just going back and looking at all the matches, they have legitimately 3 to 4, great WrestleMania matches on that card. And then, topped it off with Stone Cold and The Rock.
Mine was WrestleMania 19, man. I mean, just 19, I wasn't even watching wrestling at the time, but I think that is the perfect show, in my opinion. I mean, it's Shawn and Jericho. You have Shawn still coming back with the Dutch boy haircut, but he's really getting his groove, and you can see the second run is going to be something. Even Hogan and Vince wasn't terrible. And then
Roddy Piper with the run in Seattle.
Yes, Roddy Piper with the run in. Taker with the handicap match, which it was whatever. Triple H and Booker T. We all have our qualms with it, but I mean, it was a solid match. Then you have Rock and Austin for the last time. Austin, taking the boots off, for the last time. He may put them back on WrestleMania Saturday. We don't know. We got to wait and see. And then, of course, Brock and Kurt, despite the botch, it was just a great wrestling match, man. They had good wrestling in it. It was heightened drama. They had the big spot. That match had everything you would want in a heavyweight title fight. And just that shot of Angle walking down to the ring on that curved ramp in Seattle with the WWE title on, it was perfect to me. I love that match. I love that whole show.
Yeah, I mean, I love that match too. I believe it was the winner for Greatest WrestleMania in the first ever Mania Madness bracket tournament.
Yes, it was. Oh, Mania Madness. What are we going to do for next year? Do we know yet?
No clue. Let's see. We've done
greatest match. We've done main event. We're doing celebrity this year. We'll think of something.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, we can do greatest opener. That's the one next year.
There we go.
Boom. All right. Oh, Copenhagen Smith.
Oh, out the blue. WrestleMania weekend.
Yes, sir. Hey guys, what's a WrestleMania match you guys really like that you think doesn't get talked about enough? Wow. For him, it's WrestleMania 2000, Kurt Angle versus Chris Jericho versus Chris Benoit. For both the Intercontinental and European Championships, 2 different people walked out with each title. Brilliant. Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, I think didn't Angle walk in with both that year? It was something like that. I know Jericho walked out with one and Benoit walked out with the other. It was something like that. Interesting.
Trying to think.
Underrated.
Underrated Mania match.
Oh man. Damn, that's a good one. Underrated Mania match. That's what. Let me try to think. I don't know why Cody Rhodes and Rey Mysterio from 27 is popping into my head. What's an underrated WrestleMania match? Huh?
I guess I'm just going to keep banging the drum for WrestleMania 31, and I'll go with an underrated match. I mean, I just kind of talked to Triple H and Sting. I think it's one of those matches that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. In ring wise, it's kind of plotting, but because I have a whole lot of fun watching it, and I know the Sting NWO thing doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, technically it does because Sting was NWO.
He was in the Wolfpack NWO. It's a completely different thing.
I know Kevin Owens was in the Wolfpack too, so he brought along Hogan and Nash.
Triple H winning is right up there. The Sting and Booker T finishes are, pretty much, I think, not one of the same in terms of the buildup, but, I think the wrong person won that Mania match. But
you really think a WWE guy was going to lose at the biggest WWE show to a WCW guy?
It didn't happen in 19. And it definitely did happen at 31.
Yeah. Come on, bro. That wasn't going to happen. That was not going to happen. Underrated Mania match.
Also 31, that opening ladder match. With Daniel Bryan and Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper and all those guys. Stardust, shout out Stardust.
Sam Roberts did a ranking of all the WrestleManias on his show this week, and 31 is like number 2.
Great, it's a great card.
Or not, I don't think it's 2. It's like top 5. It's in the top 5. He said the Rollins is cashing in. Rollins is cashing in. Here it is.
I remember going into the show thinking I'm just it's Mania. It's going to be cool. I'm excited, but there was not really one match I was really looking forward to. And then just by the end, I think just everything worked and it just kind of came together. And obviously with the cash in, it just kind of topped it off.
The heist of the century. It's coming. It's coming. I can't think of an underrated one. I'm sorry. I can't. Let me go over
that Lillian Garcia announcement is ingrained in my mind because I have the video of it and I watched that video hundreds of times probably.
Wow.
The cash in.
Brian Tronick has just made it to Dallas, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations. Do we have an itinerary for Mr. Tronick?
I believe they're going to try to hit MLW tonight.
Okay. I've not heard what's on that card. Anything special there?
Big Goose, Jacob Fatu. That's all the special you need.
That's all that matters.
I know. Shout out Big Goose. Lesnar has Rollins. Spear by Reigns. Here it comes. Curb stomp. Boom. He's covering him. 1, 2, 3. Heist of the century.
And they find the 3 people in the crowd who are actually shocked and not going ape over this.
Yes, right there. I remember being in my dorm just losing my mind. I was like, oh my God. The people that were in there, they were like, what's going on? I'm like, bruh, he just won the title. That's what's happening here. This is fantastic. Yes. Oh my God. All right. Now let's get into Embratis Day X.
Mr.
X. Oh my God. Here we go. He says, just an idea. How do you feel about Serena Deeb joining the Blackpool Combat Club? I think that would be fantastic. The Professor with Regal, Mox, and Danielson. Book it.
That would be cool. That'd be interesting. I know that maybe they're looking after younger talent, so I don't know if they want to go with the younger woman. Maybe even a Japanese, just getting some sort of Joshi in there would be kind of cool. But
yeah.
Serena Deeb, I really enjoy her. I'm still waiting for CM Punk and Serena Deeb to cross paths in AEW. I need it to happen.
I need it to happen too.
I don't know how, if it's just a little quip, a little throwaway thing, but I need it to happen.
Absolutely. We are going to watch now WrestleMania 10, the opener, which is Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. So Brandon, switch over.
Everybody go. Luckily, the only thing that's good about the seasons on the Peacock is that you can actually tell the WrestleManias apart. Now, when you're doing seasons of, Raws and WCWs, it's very hard. But at least for WrestleManias, you can keep track. You know which one's which.
Yep. I have it stopped at all 0 and I have it paused. So we'll answer some more questions while you can get set up and while other people can get set up. All right. He also says, please explain to me this. You have 2 nights of WrestleMania, yet you're Intercontinental and United States champs appearing on SmackDown in matches that don't really do anything to build up the titles or the people holding them.
Facts.
Yeah, that's mind-boggling to me. I thought Priest and Balor, I thought that was definitely going to Mania. We're going to get the Demon United States champion, but that's not happening. That's a head-scratcher to me. I don't understand why that's not happening. Don't get it. We could have at least done a Razor Ramon Memorial ladder match or something, man.
Yeah, you got 14 matches, 15 if you count the KO show, and you can't even get 2 of your titles on there. And one of the title matches are 2 titles.
Yeah,
it's whatever.
Yeah, and both the women's matches are on the same night.
Yep. When's the tag team match?
It's on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked over the shows, but
yeah, well, it's
night 2 is definitely kind of just a 1 match card.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, night 2. I mean, you have Edge and AJ, which is going to be good, which we're going to talk about. Also, he says, who do you think will join Santana, Ortiz, and Kingston to even up the odds against the Jericho Appreciation Society? Honestly, I didn't even watch AEW last night, so I won't be able to answer that one.
I don't know, because I don't know how far along they want to stretch this out. You kind of got FTR turning. You could always plug them in there. I don't know if they
FTR with the NWO inspired gear. I dug that.
Surprised they're not getting a cease and assist, but
yeah. Toni Storm's all elite.
She is all elite. I am so excited. I've been singing her praises forever.
I'm still not impressed or whatever, whatever the word I'm trying to look for is. I mean, I'll have to wait and see. If she can, be a bigger star outside of the company that she was just at, then it's a success. I have to answer this phone call. Talk about Toni Storm.
Well, people out there, definitely a big Toni Storm fan. She comes in, she does the Mae Young Classic both years, and I thought she really impressed. And honestly, I didn't really know too much about her before, and I was impressed by her work. And then, just for whatever reason, it just never really clicked. She did good stuff in NXT UK, NXT US. She never really got a chance, and then obviously she gets called up, and that just stop, start, push, and all the other different things. So, I mean, even going to like the NXT days, I still never thought Toni Storm got like a fair shake. So hopefully in AEW, where the women's division,
they desperately needed another woman. So, I'm happy that she's there. Well, she was the NXT UK champion, right?
She was the NXT UK champion.
All right.
And having the bunny be her first match, it's not exactly going to set the world on fire. So I'm hoping
get a little taste.
So I'm hoping, you throw in some more talent, you put in, some Rihos or Hikaru Shidas or some people like that in there that maybe they can have a better match.
Sakura.
Yeah. And, who knows? Athena's been kind of floated out there as possibly joining AEW, but
that is true. I threw this up there on Instagram. She won the Cinderella tournament in 2017, the 5-star Grand Prix in 2017, the Mae Young in 2018. Could she win the Owen Hart tournament?
I mean, just call her Tournament Tony. She knows how to do it. She knows how to get it done.
I know. Spend a lot of time in Stardom. She tore it up. All right. Going back to Embratis Day X. What kind of Hall of Fame speech do you think Scott Steiner is going to have? That big bad booty daddy. I don't know, man. It's going to be something. I
think they're going to do a bit. I think they're going to do something to where
he has to do the math promo has to come out.
I think they do they kind of make a joke about it. Like they keep it short and sweet. Scott, makes like a little bit of a joke. Rick kind of tries to haul him back in. Maybe Chucky makes an appearance. Who knows?
I don't know. Let's press play on the WrestleMania 10. And 3, 2, 1, play. There we go. And lastly, Mr. X says also a bomber jacket I had the honor to do the art for the Legend of Vader, which was commissioned by his son, is up on pre-sale at Pro Wrestling Tees if anyone is interested. Oh, he made that one. I've seen it. Have you seen it?
I have seen it. He's been plugging away on his Instagram. It looks, it's really dope. If you're a big Vader fan, if you're a big Mr. X fan, go check it out. And, we got to go get it.
I know. I got to get Vader's son on here to talk about Vader, man. Him finally going in the Hall of Fame. I think that's something that would be cool to do. All right. I think that is it for the questions and everything in between. It's time for Mania Madness 3. Mr. Tanguma, take it away.
So yes, Mania Madness 3 is finally upon us. I have no idea how long this is going to take, because normally we would span this out over a bunch of different episodes. But yes, we are going to be doing the celebrity edition of Mania Madness. So what is the best celebrity appearance? So we talked about it last week. I tried to get it to where it was one celebrity appearance per Mania. You would think that'd be easy, but looking over it, there are some Manias that don't have really any celebrities really in it. So I did have to kind of work my magic and kind of put 2 celebrities from a Mania. And I tried not to do musical acts, but I did have to throw some musical acts in there. We have 38 celebrities, groups, whatever you want to call them, in here. We do have even Logan Paul 38, which is speculative, but we will start it off. We're going to kind of go in chronological order from 1 through 38. So let's start it off with kind of the play-in. We have a few play-in brackets here. We got Refrigerator William Perry from WrestleMania 2 in the Chicago Battle Royal, which hosted a bunch of different football players, taking on Alice Cooper from WrestleMania 3, who did accompany Jake the Snake Roberts.
I'm going Alice Cooper.
I agree. I'll go with Cooper as well, just because, he actually was kind of a focal point. Fridge was a focal point in his little match, but
yeah, I mean, WrestleMania 2, man, like the best thing to come from WrestleMania 2 isn't even the boxing match with wow, is Little Richard on here? He's at 10 about to sing the national anthem. Is Little Richard on here?
Yes, he is.
Okay. All right. Shout out Little Richard, Tutti Frutti. But yeah, the best thing to come from WrestleMania 2 is the Mattel pack that featured Mr. T and Roddy Piper. That's it. That's all that 2 had to offer.
Speaking of Mr. T, going in from the qualifier, Mr. T from WrestleMania 1 takes on Alice Cooper from WrestleMania 3. I don't really think there's much of an argument. If there's no Mr. T, there might not be no WrestleMania.
Mr. T it is. A pity.
All right, so then going on, we got Bob Euchre from WrestleMania 4. He did the promo with Andre the Giant. Iconically, Andre kind of chokes him out and he makes a funny face. And then we got Morton Downey Jr. from WrestleMania 5. Now, for us, especially our age group, we have no idea who this guy is. He was some sort of radio personality, but he was in the segment with Roddy Piper when Piper makes his comeback, hits him with the fire extinguisher, an iconic moment. But Euchre, I think, just overall is better suited for WrestleMania.
It's a gift. Euchre's a gift.
He was on, 3, 4. I think he was on 5 and some other ones.
Is Euchre still with us?
He is still with us. I think he's still a baseball announcer for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Really? Bob Euchre, huh? Mr. Euchre, are you still with us?
Of course he's still with us.
Okay. I just had to make sure. Bob.
All right.
Yep.
Moving on down. We got
8 years old. Jesus.
We got Steve Allen from WrestleMania 6 taking on Regis Philbin from 7. I will be honest. When I did this, I looked up. I had my notes and I knew everything. I cannot remember who Steve Allen is and what he did. Regis Philbin, a legend. So I'm going with old Regis.
Regis Philbin is a legend. He is one of the people you study. When you conduct the interview or you get into this game. Love Regis, R.I.P.
He was also
and for anybody who stayed home from like school, your mom had on Regis and Kelly, so you watched Regis growing up.
Then kind of filling out this quadrant, we get Burt Reynolds and his luscious mustache from old WrestleMania 10, taking on Lawrence Taylor, LT, from WrestleMania 11 in that main event match with Bam Bam Bigelow.
LT.
It does have to be LT because, he's, if he outside of Mr. T, one of the most famous celebrity matches.
Yeah, but
WrestleMania history.
It's a shame because that didn't really do anything for Bam Bam after.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but
Bam Bam went back to ECW and got choked out by Taz and went through a ring and a stage.
And even by this point, LT was kind of past his prime. So, like, if you were put it in these terms, I don't even know who LT would be. Like a Von Miller. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. We got another play-in game. This one is from both WrestleMania 11. These will be the 2 women who were the valets for Shawn Michaels and Diesel. So we get Pamela Anderson and Jenny McCarthy.
Pamela Anderson, she has that series out right now on Hulu, the Pam and Tommy story. I'm a big Jenny McCarthy fan though, so I'm gonna go Jenny McCarthy.
Well, this is where we disagree. Big Pamela fan, shout out
Whoa,
Borat. Borat loves some Pamela Anderson.
Wait a second, brother. We need a coin now. You have a coin? We need a coin. We need it. Or actually, no. How about we ask my mother? She could be the deciding factor.
Okay, ask her Pamela Anderson or Jenny McCarthy.
Pam Anderson or Jenny McCarthy, mother? Jenny McCarthy it is.
This is rigged. This is rigged. All right, so it doesn't matter who wins this first round because we already know who she's going to lose to because they take on old Mike Tyson from WrestleMania 14.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Mike Tyson?
There we go. Mike Tyson. Easy. We agree on that one. So then moving on, we got the Attitude Era of the WrestleManias from WrestleMania 15. We got old Pete Rose continuing his shtick, going after Kane and the city of Philadelphia, taking on the first musical act we have here from WrestleMania 2000, old Ice-T, when he played out the Godfather, singing old Pimpin' Ain't Easy. And he literally just said Pimpin' Ain't Easy for like 2 straight minutes.
Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy. What? Oh my God. WrestleMania 2000 is interesting. I'm gonna go Pete Rose, dude.
Thank you. I go Pete Rose as well. He was, one of those other celebrities who was a recurring bit at WrestleMania, even later WrestleManias as well. So then we have another. We have a showdown of Attitude Era metal groups. We get from WrestleMania 17 or X7. We get Motorhead, who played out Triple H.
Oh, man.
And we have Saliva from WrestleMania 18, who played out the Dudley Boys, I think. And they also did some other stuff. Saliva was big in that 2001 to 2003 era of WWE.
Saliva's great, man. They sing Batista's theme song.
But I think
I'm going Motorhead.
You got to go with Motorhead.
I love
Triple
Lemmy.
H. It's a legendary, not only just in wrestling, but just a legendary group in general. So then continuing on, I think this is the best matchup we have in the entire opening round, especially in the play-in. We get Limp Biscuit for WrestleMania 19. Keep on rolling, baby. Taking on the Boys Choir of Harlem from WrestleMania 20. Heavyweight matchup.
Oh my God, it's Harlem. It's Harlem and Harlem Heat, and oh my God, I don't want to do it to the choir. I'm a man of the church, but I'm gonna have to go Limp Bizkit.
This was a heavyweight battle.
Bro.
No disrespect to the Boys Choir of Harlem, but Limp Bizkit is not Limp Bizkit, but Fred Durst is a playable character in a WWE video game. So I guess we got to do.
Did you know that the EVP Mike Marks, people call him Lil Durst?
I could see that. My brother, when he kind of shaves up a little bit, wears his hat backwards, does look like a little Fred Durst as well.
All right.
So Limp Bizkit taking down the Boys Choir of Harlem, gets to face an even bigger heavyweight matchup from WrestleMania 21. That would be Aki Bono, the legendary sumo wrestler, one of the many celebrity matches the Big Show has had at WrestleMania.
So it's Aki Bono versus
old Limp Bizkit.
Oh, Limp Bizkit still.
Oh, Limp Bizkit making it through. Whew. That sets up a major match in the second round. But let's move on over to the other side of the bracket where we got the more modern era of WrestleManias. We get another play-in match where we get Aretha Franklin for WrestleMania 23, taking on POD from WrestleMania 22. I cannot remember who they were playing in, but you got to show some respect to legend Aretha.
RESPECT. We're going with Aretha, baby.
In Detroit. So Aretha moves on, but she gets the tough matchup, possibly one of the number one seeds in this bracket, as she also faces someone from WrestleMania 23, and that would be Mr. Donald J. Trump from WrestleMania, Battle of the Billionaires. Aretha, I'm sorry, I think your run.
Oh no, I'm picking Aretha.
Oh, you're picking Aretha, so we're getting Aretha Franklin with the upset of the century.
We might have something. Hold on. Damon, you're on the Bullet Cast Live right now. We're doing Mania Madness, and we're doing a bracket for best celebrity appearances. Donald Trump is going up against Aretha Franklin.
Aretha, what the hell kind of question is that?
There you have it. Aretha's going. Aretha's going.
St. Peter's who? Aretha Franklin upsetting
Yes.
Donald Trump in the opening round. Moving on.
You want to stick around for the rest of Mania Madness, bud?
Sure. Why not?
There we go.
That sounded like a very enthusiastic sure.
Absolutely.
Moving on, we get another absolute heavyweight battle from a pair of WrestleMania 24 appearances. We get Kim Kardashian taking on Floyd Money Mayweather in his match against the Big Show.
Kim or Floyd?
Floyd. Kim is gonna drive in the lake somewhere.
We don't talk about royalty like that, okay?
You don't talk about Kim like that because you want to munch her.
Whoa, yeah, we can't. This is a family show. We can't talk like that here.
Family understand. This is all. It's all about Floyd. I'm sorry. No Kim. Bye Kim. Hello Floyd.
Are you picking Floyd too?
As much as I am a Kim mark, I will have to go with Floyd. Just in terms of
this is rigged. This isn't outright.
In terms, he actually did have a match. He actually showed up he got a hell of a payday. He actually did something compared to Kim just standing there and being like, "What did she exactly do? I forget. Did she
Raven
announce the
Simone
attendance?
was at this WrestleMania too.
That's Raven Simone.
All
She's
right.
actually done stuff too.
All right.
What did Kim actually do? Did she announce the attendance for this? I
Wasn't Snoop Dogg in there? Did Snoop Dogg clothesline Chavo Guerrero or something? Or was it Santino Marella?
I don't know.
There were a lot of celebrities at 24. John Legend was there. A lot of celebrities at 24.
All right, moving on. We get Mickey Rourke from WrestleMania 25 taking on old Fantasia from WrestleMania 26. So Mickey
Fantasia
Rourke
was at WrestleMania 26.
I believe she's saying America the Beautiful or something. Mickey Rourke was supposed to be in a match with Jericho. He didn't want to because he thought it was real and he thought it was going to hurt his Oscar noms or whatever. But he did show up, punch Jericho in the face, or Fantasia from American Idol. Yeah.
Look, having a wrestling match doesn't hurt your Oscar nominations. Will Smith slapped a guy and still won.
There you go. We it only took us about 45 minutes, but we finally got a Will Smith reference.
Boom.
There we go.
Man, Brian trying to keep saying he's a champion. He might end up like Chris Rock. We don't know. So Damon, Fantasia or Mickey Rourke?
The fact that he suckered out of a match just because he's worried about his Oscars is kind of like, princessy. So he ran from it. So I'm gonna have to go with Tasia on this one.
There you go. Showing some love to Fantasia.
Yes, American Idol.
I'll be honest, didn't even really know she was at WrestleMania until I did this, but she's moving on.
Fantasia.
Mickey Rourke.
Fantasia, it's unanimous.
And then the WrestleMania 27 battle. We get
here
old
we go.
Pee Wee Herman.
Herman
taking on Snooki. Undefeated at WrestleMania, should be a WWE Hall of Famer. The greatest winning percentage in WrestleMania history is Snooki.
Snooki has a better WrestleMania winning percentage than The Undertaker.
It is facts.
I'm going with Snooki.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Snooks on this one.
All right.
And then we get a play-in match with Living Color. Shout out.
Yes.
Playing out CM Punk to the ring in that Undertaker match. Or Rev Theory, who I believe played out Randy Orton at WrestleMania 30.
Damn.
I'm going Living Color. I'm going Living Color, man.
I'm gonna have to go with Randall.
Oh, he's going Rev Theory. So Brandon, you're the deciding factor.
I am the deciding factor.
Living Color?
I am going to go with Living Color. I thought it's a great performance. I love CM Punk, love Living Color, Cult of Personality, great song. One of my favorite things to play on the Guitar Hero. But moving on, Living Color faces off against a celebrity who did have a match at WrestleMania 28, and that would be Maria Menounos.
Big Maria Menounos, Mark. I'm going.
Love
Maria
her every
Menounos.
time I go to the theater. She's there doing the priest stuff. Great time.
I know she battled cancer too. Like I'm going Maria Menounos, bro.
Still doing her thing. She still appears for WWE from time to time.
I think this one is unanimous. I think he and I chose Maria Menounos.
Yeah, I definitely went with Maria.
Okay, all right. Damon, do you have Zoom? Is that on your? You have that app on your phone?
No, I do not.
Oh.
I deleted it because I got mad. Don't judge me.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, he deleted because he got upset, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. I feel that. Then moving on. Just talked about a WrestleMania 31. Yes, she might be at this year's WrestleMania, but at this very point, she was a celebrity. That would be Ronda Rousey taking on Shaq from 32 in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Ronda versus Shaq. Now, Ronda, she put Stephanie McMahon in an arm bar, and Shaq, he was in a battle royale. I'm going Ronda Rousey.
I'm going to have to go with Ronda, too. Just the fact that she lifted Triple H over her shoulders was very impressive to me.
Yes. There we go.
Going with Ronda as well. Then let's move on to the Battle of the Gronks.
Oh.
Gronk from WrestleMania 33 when he was a part of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, or Gronk from 36 when he was the host of the pandemic empty WrestleMania.
33. 33 had fans.
True.
But it was on the pre-show.
Very true. But I got to say, it takes a lot of willpower to be able to do something like that with no fans. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of neutral on this one.
Oh, he's neutral. He's neutral.
To be honest, I do not remember much of what Gronk did at WrestleMania 36 besides like maybe some 24/7 shenanigans and him being a little pussy and not jumping off the thing, and Vince had to teach him how to do it. But yeah, I will go with Gronk from 33. Him and Jinder Mahal tearing the house down on the pre-show.
Him and Jinder tearing the house down. There we go. My peacock cut out for a second. I was a little scared.
All right, then we finally have reached the end of the first round. We get a play in between another Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal with the combination of Che and Jost from SNL taking on someone who we haven't even seen yet, but we're going to be speculative on, Logan Paul, WrestleMania 38 in this tag team match.
I'm gonna go Logan Paul. I hate to say it, but I think there could be something there. We don't know. It's kind of unfair to put him in here, but we had to do this for the bracket, and he hasn't even done anything yet. So
he was at WrestleMania 37. Didn't exactly get in. Didn't get into it, but he's been.
He sold the stunner well.
There you go. So
yeah, I'm going Logan Paul. Brandon, are you going Logan?
I go Logan as well. I love calling Jost and Michael Che, but it was not good at WrestleMania 35.
Not good at all. No.
Yeah. After listening to what you guys have to say, you're right. As much as I hate it as well, I'm have to go with him too.
All right, there we go.
All right, then finally, Logan Paul, a celebrity who's going to have a match at this year's WrestleMania, taking on arguably the most surprising celebrity match of all time from last year. That will be Mr. Bad Bunny.
Oh, Bad Bunny. I mean, that
37.
Damon and I watched that together, man. That was fine.
Arguably the best celebrity match of all time.
Yeah, that was great. It was very, very entertaining.
Yes.
All
We'll see if Pat McAfee can top it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into it later, but I do think I have higher hopes for Pat than Mr. Logan. Okay, now we're into the second round finally. Mr. T taking on old Bob Euger. WrestleMania 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 pretty much.
Mr. T. Mr. T.
Yep, Mr. T, just because he's black.
All right.
There we go.
All right.
Let's see if that same logic goes into this next one as we go with Regis Philbin taking on LT, Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor. Do you have one, Lawrence Taylor or Regis?
Shoot. Lawrence.
Yep, because he's black. Yep.
Once again, let's see if there's times the charm, which I think it might be. Mike Tyson taking on Pete Rose.
Mike Tyson.
Mike all the way.
You see, this is black excellence, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, well, you're going to have to put the black excellence to the side on this next matchup because we got Motorhead taking on Limp Biscuit.
Oh, Motorhead or Limp Biscuit, Damon?
Oh, I'm going to have to go Limp Biscuit, man.
My mom even said Limp Biscuit. I'm going Limp Biscuit, too.
I guess I'm getting outvoted. I love me some Limp Biscuit, but I really love me some Motorhead. But the people have spoken. I guess we're going with old Limp Biscuit. Moving on, we got double black excellence on this one. We got Aretha Franklin taking on Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, Aretha,
man.
Aretha just the dream run continues for old Aretha from a play-in game to now she's in the Elite Eight or whatever this is.
Yes.
Then we continue with black excellence and bronze excellence, I guess, as Fantasia takes on Snooki.
I'm gonna go Snooki. I'm sorry. I'm cutting.
Yeah, when you look at what she's done, it's definitely Snooki on this one.
It's Snooki.
Then we get Greek excellence as Maria Menounos takes on Ronda Rousey. One woman celebrity actually had a match in this one. The other one just had kind of a segment, but you did get a little physical. I would say the Ronda appearance was way more over than Maria. I was there. I lean Ronda in this one.
I'm gonna go Ronda. I love me some Maria, but I'm going Ronda.
Yeah, Ronda definitely.
Ronda's unanimous.
Then Gronk from WrestleMania 33 taking on Bad Bunny from last year.
Bad Bunny.
The Bad Bunny?
Yeah, Bad Bunny.
All right. Yep. So this has set up an Elite Eight matchup between the T's, Mr. T and LT. Both influential celebrity matchups.
If you like we said earlier, if there's no Mr. T, there may not be a successful WrestleMania 1. So I'm going Mr. T.
Wow, I like the way you put that. I'm gonna say Mr. T too.
Yep, there we go.
I do agree. Maybe in-ring wise, the LT matches were better, but for what it means to WrestleMania, definitely Mr. T. Then, with the dream run of Limp Bizkit might finally come to an end as they take on Mike Tyson.
Oh, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it's Mike, man. Sorry, Limp.
It's Mike Tyson, man.
All right, continuing on with another dream run. Aretha Franklin, she runs into the monster that is the Snooki. Can the Snooki take down Aretha?
No, it's Aretha.
Aretha's from Detroit, so I'm going with Aretha.
It's Aretha.
Can anybody stop Aretha right now? I do not know.
I don't think so.
I have no clue. Then we get Rhonda taking on Bad Bunny.
Oh, Bad Bunny.
This one's a big one.
Bad Bunny, man.
That's difficult, man. I'm gonna go with Ronda.
Oh, he picked Ronda.
Oof, now he's putting me in the hot seat because I was at Ronda, but I would say the Bad Bunny match was a lot more impressive and surprising. Both of them did get over quite a bit. Oof, I mean, The Rock was there. I mean, we forget how over Ronda was 7 years ago when she was still the UFC champion. Can we go to Mama Antoine and can she maybe break the tie? Because I don't know where to go on this one.
Mama, she don't even know who Bad Bunny is.
Dang, she don't know the bunny.
It's you.
It all falls on my shoulders. I guess I will go. I've been talking up 31 so much. I'll go with Bad Bunny.
Oh, Bad Bunny beats out Ronda Rousey.
Dang.
As we're still watching Bret versus Owen from WrestleMania 10. Nice short arm clothesline by Bret Hart. 1, 2, kick out by Owen.
All right. Then we got the final four. Got a lot of melatonin here as we got Mr. T, Mike Tyson, Aretha Franklin, and the Bad Bunny.
Wow.
So taking on the, I don't know what you would call it, the older side of the bracket. Mr. T taking on Mike Tyson in the final four.
Ooh, Mr. T's gonna make that run, man. He's gonna as imperative as what Tyson did at 14, and the whole punching out Shawn and Austin, holding up the championship and whatnot. That Mr. T WrestleMania 1, it's so integral to what happens to sports entertainment as a whole.
But if there's no Mike Tyson, one could say WWE might really start losing the war.
That's true.
There might not be no WWE anymore.
That's another thing. The Tyson Austin shove off it popped ratings. I think they got like an 8 million that night or something. I'm gonna go Mike Tyson. Come on, Tyson or Mr. T?
I'm gonna go with Tyson, man.
All right.
Tyson makes it to the championship match. And Aretha, she cannot be stopped.
No.
As she takes on the Bad Bunny. Aretha, legend.
I think this is where we have to kind of like make sense of it. Aretha, as great as she was, one of the greatest voices of a generation. She spanned multiple generations. Beautiful woman. But Bad Bunny, for being, you know, another recording artist who's very popular at the top of his game, he came out there and he shocked a lot of people. He had what I still think is the best celebrity match to date. So I'm gonna go Mr. Bad Bunny. I'm sorry, Aretha, I love you.
Well, when you look at it that way, it makes a lot more sense to choose Bad Bunny over Aretha. So I'm gonna have to go with Bad Bunny on this one as well.
Still a lot of RESPCT to Aretha, but we got to go with the Bad Bunny, man.
Yep. Bad Bunny moves on, and now so we get Bunny, who was in a match, takes on Mike Tyson, who was the outside enforcer. Ooh. WrestleMania 14, WrestleMania 37, arguably the most important celebrity appearance of all time, taking on maybe the best celebrity appearance of all time.
Oh man. This is something. This is the final. This is it.
This is the final. Winner gets the crown. Winner gets a cut down the net.
I mean, Bad Bunny, former 24/7 champion. He wore the title on SNL. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Damon, what are your thoughts? The people need to hear from you. What are your thoughts?
Oh God. Well, damn. I mean, Bad Bunny put on a good show in a match. I mean, incredible match. One of the best celebrity matches I've seen.
The Bunny Destroyer was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great. Then had the nerve to actually, win a title, wore it on SN. I mean, come on. Yeah, let's go with Bad Bunny.
He picked Bad Bunny.
He picked the Bunny.
Bunny got one.
Well,
Bunny.
Phillip, I'm going to have to put it on your shoulders because I'm the Stone Cold guy. I am going to go with Mike Tyson. I know maybe the actual appearance, like what he did at WrestleMania, wasn't the best, but I still think his influence and his drawing ability makes it one of the best. It is the best celebrity appearance in WrestleMania history.
Wow. Mike Tyson, WWE Hall of Famer. Oh man. This is tough. This is tough. I don't like pressure. I don't like pressure. Jesus.
We made it hard for you, man.
Oh my God. This is difficult. This is This is like being at a taqueria. Do you want al pastor or carne asada? Oh my God.
And you can't go one of each.
You can't go one of each unless you're at Iguanas. Get that steak and shrimp because it's fire. What did you say, Mother? Tiny. Who was Tiny? The one that was in Friday. Okay, she's talking about Debo, and he was never at a WrestleMania, Mother. So I'm sorry, Mother. Mike Tyson or Bad Bunny? My mom chose Mike Tyson wins, guys. Mike, there we go. Mike Tyson won Mania Madness.
He has won so many titles in his past, but none more prestigious than winning a Mania Madness.
Yes, I know. Mike Tyson coming up with those edibles that are shaped like Evander Holyfield's ear.
I have got to get those. I want them. I have got to try them. I mean, if they taste like human flesh, I don't want them. But I got to see them.
I think they're supposed to be chocolatey or something.
Oh, chocolate.
Yes.
I don't really like chocolate.
Oh man. So, Damon, are you going to stay with us for the rest of the show? Or do you want me to call you back later?
I will not be staying with you for the rest of the show because I'm actually going out.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I will. Absolutely, I will call you back in a little bit.
Alrighty.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yep. Stay black.
Told us to stay black. All right. That is done it for WrestleMania Madness. And now we are going to be starting to talk about NXT Stand and Deliver. I have to answer the door. Start talking about it, Brandon.
So we do have NXT Stand and Deliver. This is taking place Saturday afternoon at the American Airlines Center, home of the Dallas Mavericks. I've seen on WrestleTix, they've sold like around 4,000 tickets. Not exactly a takeover level of tickets being sold to this event, but nonetheless, it is a premium live event for old NXT. Now, people being upfront, being completely honest, I have not really been keeping up with NXT really at all. So we will get on into it with the first match on this one. I need to hopefully ask Phillip a question because I did see this and I have no idea why this is a thing, but the the women's tag team championships will be on the line as Toxic Attraction, the champions, which is Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, taking on Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. Yes, I did not misspeak. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai are back together. Phillip, as someone who did not really watch NXT, I saw this on the Instagram. Why in the blue hell is Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai back together after they had a blood feud a couple months ago?
Raquel needed a partner, and I guess time heals all wounds. Even though, how long ago did they have their blood feud?
I mean, didn't she show up?
It was during the Black and Gold era, so that was a while ago.
Well, no, didn't she show up at like Halloween Havoc as like the hooded figure and attack Raquel to cost her the title match against Mandy?
Okay, so November, December, January, February, March. It's been 5 months. You know, girls make up quicker. Okay. You know,
but I was told they just hold grudges forever.
They make up, but they do hold grudges towards men, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prediction, thoughts on this? I think Toxic, as someone who has no idea what's going on, I think they keep it on the Toxic Attraction, especially because Raquel and Dakota just came back out of nowhere.
Yeah, did Raquel and Dakota, were they ever tag champs together?
I do not think so. Let me check that real quick. If I can get the history or the reigns. No, they're the first ever. They're the first ever champions. Of course they were. Okay. They only won it for like a day because they didn't win it correctly or something, and then they lost it to Ember Moon and Shotzi.
That's right. Maybe they have their actual run. So I'm gonna go Raquel and Dakota.
Moving on, we get the fatal 5-way ladder match for the NXT North American title. We're not going to get this for the IC title, but we get it for the North American title. Carmelo Hayes, the champion, will defend against Santos Escobar, Solo Sikoa, Grayson Waller, and Cameron Grimes. So this has the possibility of being just a absolute cluster F, bodies flying all over the place.
I think the A champion retains.
I do think we get Carmelo Hayes retaining
because he is him
in an exciting car crash match, as we see the finish to arguably the greatest opening match of all time. Absolutely. Of Owen Hart and Bret Hart, as Owen has some white substance hanging out of his mouth. Absolutely disgusting.
It's spit. That's all it is.
Then we get Tommaso Ciampa taking on Tony D'Angelo. How you doing? How's your mother doing? Ciampa teased that this is going to be his last match in NXT. Now, what does that mean for the future of Ciampa? We do not know. Does Ciampa do the deeds on the way out? Does he beat D'Angelo? What do you see this one?
I think D'Angelo needs this. I'm gonna go Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah, I think we get D'Angelo getting the win. You know, he had the loss to Butch a couple weeks ago in kind of his last big match. So if it is Ciampa, he's a veteran, you know, do the job on the way out, and he can have his little moment of just kind of in the ring and everyone chanting Ciampa and having his great old time. So then we get to the NXT Women's Championship. This is a fatal 4-way match. Now, tell me if this makes any sense, people. We get Mandy Rhodes champion defended against Cora Jade and the Dusty Cup winners, the tag team of Io Shirai and Kaylee Ray. But instead of going after the tag titles, they were like, you know, because we're Dusty Cup winners, let's just say, forget the tag team titles. Let's go after the singles championship.
That does not make any sense at all whatsoever.
Doesn't make any sense, but at least they're putting Io and Kaylee in this match, so it should be much better than if it was just Cora and Mandy.
I think Mandy retains because I know we have a lot of title retentions, but I think Mandy retains because I think Cora Jade will be the one to defeat Mandy one-on-one.
Yeah, I still wonder, like, what is Io doing down at NXT? She's been there for so long. I mean, call her up.
She's doing the Ciampa thing.
Yeah. I mean, Asuka's MIA at this point. Don't even know where she's at, but
she's chilling. She's chilling at the house, at the crib. You didn't know?
Who knows?
You really didn't know?
You at the crib with Asuka?
So moving on.
Anyways, the NXT Tag Team Championships are on the line in a triple threat match. We get Imperium, Fabian Eichner, and Marcel Barthel, the champs, defending against the Creed Brothers and MSK. This arguably, I think, is going to be the best match. 6-way, 6-man tag team match should be very fun. And the Creed Brothers, this will be their time to shine.
Yeah, MSK's in the news for some other things, or one of them is, I should say.
Yeah.
Repeat. It's Imperium, MSK, and who else?
The Creed Brothers.
I'm going the Creed Brothers. I'm a fan. I like them. Malcolm Bivens is he's their manager, correct?
Yes, I'm gonna go with the Creed Brothers as well. Just a complete shot in the dark. Give them the titles. Have Malcolm Bivens, ramble on and put them over. So I like them. Then LA Knight taking on Gunther or Walter. Just a regular old singles grudge match. I got Gunther just absolutely killing LA Knight.
I got Gunther as well. That's who I see. That's why I see doing this.
In the main event for the NXT Championship, Dolph Ziggler defends his title against Braun Breaker. He was acknowledged as a Steiner. Maybe we get Rick and or Scott on the show, but
to make a run in.
Dolph defended against Braun. Is this his crowning moment, even though he's been champion once before, or does he lose so then he can go get called up to the main roster already?
I don't think he's going up that quick. The title was put on Dolph for this exact moment to be in front of a larger crowd outside of the Performance Center, Capital Wrestling Center, whatever we're calling it, and the young Braun Breaker, what is he, 24, 25, get that massive pop, beating the workhorse of the company and Dolph Ziggler and holding up that NXT championship once again. So I'm going Mr. Braun Breaker.
Shout out Fink with his full head of hair. Definitely not plugs.
Yes. Before Brandon gives his answer, ladies and gentlemen, on WrestleMania 10, fast forward it to 1 hour, 54 minutes and 29 seconds. Of course, we are going to watch the great ladder match between HBK and the now no longer with us Razor Ramon. Get that queued up here
for the people or me. Once again, say the time frame.
1 hour, 54 minutes and 29 seconds. You should be seeing both Intercontinental Championships strapped, hung in the air.
All right. So let's get on into it. So for the main event, I'm go with Braun. It will be interesting to see what kind of match they have. Hopefully there's not shenanigans. Hopefully, we don't get Rude involved. We don't get, anybody else really involved. Just they go out there, have a really solid match. Ziggler puts over Braun. Braun gets the win. We move on. Good for him. Boom. And that is NXT Stand and Deliver, not a takeover, but a premium live event.
Yes, in Dallas.
NXT.
So
I was telling the people while you were gone, I think they've sold like 3,500, 4,000 tickets. And, it is the day of WrestleMania. There's a lot of stuff going on Saturday, but still kind of disappointed, I would say, for an NXT takeover.
Well, yeah, if Mania wasn't 2 nights, then I would assume more people would go. It's just my personal opinion.
What is the travel situation between? I know you're from Dallas, Phillip, but
I'm not
exactly.
From Dallas.
Well, you've
Dallas.
spent time there.
It's in the American Airlines Center. I saw Sting there once when he was gearing up for his Mania match with Triple H. I
was going to ask, do you know the exact or the approximate distance between there and old Jerry World? I know Jerry World isn't actually in Dallas. It's in like. Yeah. Arlington and Dallas are like 40 minutes apart.
So
I'm a little bit of a trek.
So like American Airlines Center to AT&T Stadium. Let's look. Let's see. Let's see. Are we looking this up, or am I looking this up?
I'm trying.
I was the Dallas guy. I'll look it up. So American Airlines Center, Dallas.
There we go. All right, I got it pulled up. They say right now only 23 minutes apart from each other, but that is with like literally no traffic, so it's relatively close. But if we do remember last WrestleMania in Dallas, they did have some issues getting people into the building. But
yeah,
2 nights. It's going to be a relatively smaller crowd. I believe 60,000 is kind of what they're capping it off at compared to like the 100,000 at 32. Yeah. So hopefully there's not that big of an issue getting people in the building this time.
I mean, it was, that's a nice little drive, I guess. 26 minutes. I'm just trying to remember. Dallas traffic can be heavy and it's going to be hectic, So as soon as the match is over, you have to leave if you're going to WrestleMania. As soon as the main event's over, you have to get out of the building. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, they have like Dallas Transit, but that's not really, all that effective. So, I don't know. We'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. I know we've been going long. This is WrestleMania. Our previews for WrestleMania are always our longer shows. Brandon and I will be doing recaps of both nights of WrestleMania. Brian Tronick will not be with us on either nights because, he's in Dallas.
When someone went to Chicago, he was a part of the after show.
Someone's going to Double or Nothing. He'll be a part. You know what? If I can get the press passes for Double or Nothing, then you'll go with me, right? You're already going to be there.
I'm already going to go. I would love to be a part of the press passes. And ask a dumb question.
Ask Tony Khan an interesting question. Yes. All right, let's get into it. So WrestleMania Night 1, the predictions. Brandon, you can give your thoughts. We're not taking your official predictions.
Who cares about my predictions?
Until night two. So let's get into it. Night 1, The Miz and Logan Paul take on the Mysterios. This has been an interesting story. I don't know. Yeah, let me see what Brian shows. Okay. Oh, okay. Miz took a loss last year at WrestleMania. This is Dominic. Is Dominic's first WrestleMania? Yeah, right.
Was he there last year? He was there, but I don't know if they had an actual match.
I don't think he had a match. No. Yeah. This is interesting. Let me see. Let me. I'll go with the Mysterios. Also, Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. I'm going McIntyre.
Yeah, I think this is probably, if you're going to bet the house on a match, I think this one's the one to bet on. I think McIntyre beating Corbin is a done deal. Also, because I could see McIntyre being in a fairly high position, possibly challenging for an undisputed title coming out of WrestleMania.
Yes. SmackDown Women's Championship, the Queen Charlotte Flair is going up against Ronda Rousey. I guess Ronda.
Yeah, I think Ronda wins. The build's been kind of interesting. I'm very intrigued to see what the reception is. Like, I was at the Survivor Series match where the crowd kind of turned on Ronda in LA, where she's from. I think they're going to be more lenient towards Ronda, but it is. I'm very interested to see what this WrestleMania crowd is, because this is like kind of the first AEW post AEW WrestleMania, really. And especially like that, Raw after Mania, which has been synonymous with just crazy crowds. And I do wonder what that crowd is going to sound like after Mania. But yeah, I think Ronda does get the victory. As we said earlier, I am wondering skeptical if there's going to be a debacle in terms of crowd reaction.
We shall see. The Usos defend the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm gonna go to Usos. I don't see the Bloodline losing anything, any title soon.
Yeah, kind of one of those. There's a couple of these matches they just kind of threw on last minute. So I think the Usos do get the win. Boogs and Nakamura. I mean, I was just thinking about it the other day. Like Nakamura just is a sidekick to Boogs at this point. When like 4 or 5 years ago, he was arguably the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
Shout out Nakamura. Get your bag, get your money, boo boo. But it does kind of suck where he's at right now.
Yes. Seth Rollins versus TBA. Now we all think that the TBA is going to be Cody Rhodes. It could be Shane McMahon, for all we know. Jesus Christ. So I'm going TBA beats Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I think I'm going with TBA. I think it has to be Cody. Now I know there's some speculation about Shane. I would love just a complete swerve and like you bring out Shane just for it to be Cody at the end.
Yeah.
Because you can be like, oh, he's a son of a legendary promoter. He's one of the best of all time. He's the best in the world. And then you bring out Shane. And then Vince, kicks him to the curb and say, no, and then Cody comes out, the whole pomp and circumstance. It should be a lot of fun. I'm expecting to be Cody. I think a lot of people there are expected to be Cody. So if it's not, it's going to be an interesting crowd response, as Seth has been putting out, so many cryptic gifts of pretty much everybody, including Marco Stunt, which was pretty funny, but he hasn't put Cody. So I think Cody does show up finally, and he does beat Seth.
Yes. The Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair tries to defeat the man Becky Lynch for the heavyweight title of the women's division. I mean, Bianca gave Becky a nice little haircut. If Bianca doesn't win, this was all for nothing. I'm going Bianca.
Yeah, I think Bianca kind of needs to get this win here. Saw Becky kind of cut her hair, change it up a little bit. Looks fire. She kind of got the really orange Becky Lynch, the last kicker hair kind of back. So that's fun to see. Yeah. But I'm really intrigued to see what this match can be. It seems as though the KO show is going to be the main event to close the show. So if this is like an opener or, kind of the main event in terms of like, regular matches, then I think they can, given the time they can put on a show, and it could possibly be better than Sasha Bianca.
All right, let's press play on this title match for the Intercontinental title. And 3, 2, 1, play. There we go. You love to see it. Yes,
I'm definitely not just like halfway through the match right now.
Okay, you were already watching it.
Yep, I'm getting into the spirit.
Okay, all right, I see. All right, it is the main event for night 1. Stone Cold Steve Austin on the KO show. What can we expect, Brandon?
I honestly do not know what to expect. I keep saying, Stone Cold is a perfectionist. He loved the way he came out. He ended his career with the Rock match, but maybe he's getting the itch again. He's getting so much money from WWE, and maybe he's come to terms that he doesn't need to have that perfect send-off like he had with the Rock. Now I was listening to the Wade Keller podcast with Sam Roberts, and Sam was talking about how maybe this could be kind of the beginning of one last run for old Stone Cold, to where he, gets a Saudi Arabia match, and then it ends up being his last match at WrestleMania in LA, which, I mean, if he has a match in LA and that's his last match, I'm booking my ticket right now. I still don't think it's going to be an official match per se, but I still would, if you have to make me pick one, Stone Cold is going to be the one, celebrating with beer at the end of the day. But I think the real question
comes out in the gear, bro. He comes out in the gear.
I don't think he's coming out in the gear.
I think he comes out.
He's coming out in some jorts and a t-shirt.
The gear to pop it off and make it something. Yeah.
Is this an official match? Is there a bell? Is there a referee?
I mean, there's no match. It's just a segment for all we know.
I know, but it could turn into a match.
You never know. We'll see. As I'm watching,
the Rock's last Mania match was against Eric Rowan. That was like 4 seconds.
It was 6. You got to give Eric Rowan
6 seconds.
Scott Hall, Razor Ramon's walking down the ramp. Brandon saw this like 20 minutes ago.
And now I'm seeing Scott Hall. Oh, I'm seeing Shawn Michaels' bare ass.
Oh,
Ooh, look at that.
that's
Heartbreak Kid. They don't call him Heartbreak Kid for nothing.
That's what makes this special.
So now they got a close up on his ass, but it's covered this time.
All right, WrestleMania Night 2. Now these are the predictions that count for really everybody involved. Mainly Brandon. This is it. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
My boy, Pat McAfee. This one is very much a toss-up. I did bring up the actual odds. There are odds for WrestleMania. You can bet on these matches. And I think this is the only match to where they're kind of like at even odds and they really don't know which way it's going to go. I can see this being kind of like a cluster just all over the place. I'm going with Pat. I know it probably doesn't make too much sense, having the commentator beat, an actual wrestler, but Austin Theory is not exactly protected really in any way. So I'll go with Theory. Maybe Corey Graves gets involved because he can wrestle.
Wait, I thought you just picked Pat.
I don't know what the hell I just said. I'm picking Pat McAfee to get the win.
All right, you're picking Pat McAfee. All right. I'll pick Austin Theory. All right. Next up, Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. I'm going Sami Zayn.
So you're picking Sami Zayn. I will go with Johnny Knoxville. Now, if this was for the IC title, I might have leaned more towards Sami Zayn, but I guess I'm just getting all the celebrities out the way, and they're all getting the wins tonight.
All right.
I'm giving it to Mr. Jackass, Johnny Knoxville.
Now, this is interesting. The new darkened rated R superstar Edge goes up against the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now, Edge said he wants that pit bull AJ Styles, and in his promo on Raw, he had a little what was it? It wasn't an hourglass. What was it? The kind of like the weigher. You know what I'm talking about?
A scale.
It was a scale. Yeah, it was a throwback to one of the posters he did for like Judgment Day back in like 07 or 08. Thought that was a nice little touch. Brandon, who do you have, man? This one it's kind of up in the air. Edge, I mean, he needs a win at WrestleMania, because he lost last year. AJ, I mean, I don't know what else he's been doing.
Yeah, this one is also fairly close in terms of the odds. Edge is a slight favorite, but it really is not, a runaway by any means. I think it just kind of depends on where they go after Mania. Edge is a heel. They need heels. But I think AJ is much more of the everyday act. I don't know what Edge is doing post-Mania. So I lean towards AJ. Now, I know AJ really hasn't been doing too much in the story. It's been more Edge doing the heavy lifting, but I think this could be a sleeper, maybe best match of the weekend, but of WrestleMania. And I'm going with AJ.
All right. I'm going Edge.
Look at that. I got three differentiating matches right now.
There we go. All right, it's for the women's tag team championships. Queen Zelina and the most beautiful woman in all of WWE, Carmella, defend against Naomi and Sasha Banks. Also, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. I really thought we were getting Sonya versus Naomi at WrestleMania, dude. I really thought.
Maybe it's a good thing we're not getting that match. But this one, I mean, it can go either way.
I'm going Naomi and Banks.
Yeah, I think it's either between the two babyface teams of Banks and Naomi or Rhea and Liv, but I'll agree with you. I'll go with Banks and Naomi as well. A little bit of a shame that kind of Sasha's in this match, but
maybe she'll get a win at WrestleMania now.
Maybe.
She's never won at WrestleMania.
Good for her.
Yep.
About
all right.
Time.
The Raw Tag Team Championships, RK Bro defend against the Street Profits and the Alpha Academy. Thank you.
I'll go with RK Bro on this one. I think Street Profits do have a little bit of a chance, especially if they want to kind of more flesh out. If they are kind of more heelish in this manner and kind of flesh it out more and have RK Bro chase. They are really kind of going heavy-handed with how much RK Bro are getting along. So I would say wait for someone to turn eventually, but give it to RK Bro. Happy ending. Give him the win.
Really? So we got all the. Kind of makes me want to change my SmackDown pick now.
Celebratory, vitamins they can have after the game, after the match. because it's legal now.
Oh, of course. Oh man, they just won him back. I don't see why they would take him off of him again. Yeah, I'm gonna go RK Bro. Jesus. It kind of makes me want to change my SmackDown pick. Should I do that?
You can do whatever you want.
Do I want to go Boogs and I'm just trying to be smart. Like, what else are Boogs and Nakamura gonna do if they don't have the tag titles? You know what I mean?
I mean, Shinsuke had the IC title and he was gone for like 3 months.
That is true. That really is true. I'm gonna keep it. All right. Bobby Lashley versus Omos.
Whew. This is a barn burner and main event anywhere in the country.
They might be able to do something, man. I don't know. I'm just happy Bobby has a match. He went from defending the WWE title at WrestleMania last year to this. And almost he was in a title match at last year's WrestleMania too. Let's not forget that.
Those for the tag titles?
Yeah. Remember they beat New Day last year, him and AJ?
I know it was against the New Day. I just kind of forgot it was for the tag titles, but It does make sense. It kind of rings a bell now. Yeah, I mean, good for Lashley that he's kind of back healthy and he's able to be in the match. They've really been putting a lot into Omos, and I don't know if like it would make sense for him to lose.
I'm going Omos.
Yeah, I just don't know. I'll go with Lashley. It doesn't make too much sense, but like Omos still has not shown me like that much, and I think you can get more out of Lashley even in like the next year or two. So give me Lashley with the upset win.
All right. And lastly, it is title for title. Winner walks out the heavyweight champion, the undisputed champion with both titles, something like that. Roman Reigns puts his Universal Championship on the line against the defending WWE champion, the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. The Beast versus the head of the table, the Tribal Chief versus the alpha male of our species. Lesnar versus Roman. Third time at WrestleMania. They're having their Rock Austin run. This is it. So, does Brock walk out the champion, the undisputed champion, like he's done once before, or does Roman Reigns stand tall over the Beast incarnate's body?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to say, Roman's going to win. This is a third match of the trilogy. Roman's going to finally get his WrestleMania win over Brock Lesnar. But the dynamics have turned, and I have enjoyed what they've done with Brock and Roman, switching the dynamics. We have been very different in a lot of these matches, so I'm not going to go out on a limb and say Brock is going to win, but I will say there is a possibility Brock could win, but my official prediction will be Roman walking out with the championship.
I know. I watched Roman on the Tonight Show last night. Great guy, great talent, super over.
I did see a shout out Cultaholic. They did like their pitches for WrestleMania, and one of them said that Brock wins the championship, but he brings back the undisputed title, which I know both of us have a soft spot in our hearts for that title. I would love for that to happen. I don't know if it is going to happen.
Just with the like the new logo, that would be cool. That would be cool.
I mean, this would be the third time Brock has been a undisputed champion.
Yeah. He's because he held the WWE World Heavyweight one, the one with the two, and of course the undisputed one back in the day. This is interesting. This is very interesting.
Do you agree with me? Is there, I think we're both going with Roman, but do you think there is a legitimate possibility that Brock could win? Because, he's a babyface. We want to be a happy WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean,
different.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Is Brock going to be around? That's the real question.
He's, he might take a couple weeks off, but he's been around more than what he used to be.
Because I don't know. It's AT&T. I don't even know why I'm thinking about that. It's just Vince likes to shock and awe. So this could be where Roman loses. This could be it, But I'm still picking Roman. I don't know. I think there is a possibility Brock could walk out the champion.
So
or they could do a schmoz where we don't see that Roman's foot's like underneath the rope and Brock's holding up the titles. A referee comes out and then Roman spears him, Superman punch, yada yada yada, beats him.
I think this is a match to be a lot of fun. Now, I don't know how long or what they're going to do, but I mean, this is kind of a one match card on night 2. So this match needs to deliver if it's going to be, well, it is going to be the main event, but it needs to deliver from all the stuff they've put into this.
From all the stuff they've put into this.
Exactly. So that's the kind of analysis you can only get here at the Bulletcast.
Wow. Brian and I have like the exact same picks on night 1. I'm looking at this.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Rick Boogs. I'm gonna go Boogs and Nakamura, dude.
This is where the whole Bulletcast championship is going to revolve around the SmackDown tag team title match. Oh, we didn't even talk about the illustrious tag match between the New Day and then Sheamus and Rich Holland.
Yeah, dude, we're not talking about that.
Okay, I'm trying out here.
Yeah, I had to switch that up. I can't. We can't be having that. Or you know what? Or do I pick Miz and Logan Paul? Do I do that?
Maybe
I could actually. That's what we'll do. I'll keep the Usos, but I'm gonna go Miz and Logan Paul.
Maybe Dominic turns heel.
Yeah.
Logan has a.
All right. So my official picks for night 1. Miz and Logan Paul, McIntyre, Ronda, the Usos, TBA, Bianca. And then hours for night 2. Brandon chose Pat McAfee, Johnny Knoxville, AJ Styles, Naomi and Sasha, RK Bro, Lashley and Roman. I chose Austin Theory, Sami Zayn, Edge, Naomi and Sasha, RK Bro, Omos and Roman. There you have it. There you have it. A lot of stuff is going to be going on. This is a long episode, I know. Thank you guys for bearing with us. Mania Madness, it was fun. We did it. That was the majority of the show. Shout out Damon for coming on. Could you hear him okay?
He sounded pretty good. Shout out if you started like I did at the very beginning when Phillip didn't say to press play, you just went on your own. Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, hosting up both the titles on the ladder right now. So perfect way to win the podcast.
Absolutely. I just watched Sean flip over a ladder and onto the outside. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy WrestleMania. Watch whatever Mania stuff you want. Check out a lot of the indie stuff that's going to be going on, the GCW, the Collective, WrestleCon. Go out there if you're out there. Enjoy Mania. I wish we could be out there. I wanted to go back to Dallas to see some old people, go back to my old stomping grounds, but it was not to be. Maybe next time Mania's in Dallas, I'll be there. But definitely we're going next year to WrestleMania in Los Angeles, as Stone Cold would say. Thank you guys so much. Stay clean, stay strong, stay safe. Enjoy WrestleMania. We will see you guys for night 2 and night 1 of WrestleMania on the recap. And of course, I'll be doing a recap of the Hall of Fame. And we're doing a recap of Stand and Deliver.
Probably not. Your boy's got a baptism got to go to, so might miss a little bit of the beginning of WrestleMania, but I should be here for both the recaps.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you guys next time.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.